Welcome to today's edition of our interview series. And what we're going to be talking about today is currency exchange. Okay, so obviously, once you've made the decision to move to Canada, you need to figure out what to do with your money. Okay, it doesn't really make sense to just go to the bank and exchange it. You're better off going through a currency broker. Today we have Geraldine Collett of Halo Financial. They're based in London, England. They are one of our trusted partners. We've worked with them for many years. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to have Geraldine tell you today why it's best to go with a currency broker. Okay, so welcome, Geraldine. How are you today?
Good, thank you. I think it's a lot warmer in England than it is in Canada.
Oh, so. It is. Yeah, we're a little overwintered here. So, I mean, obviously now, people, once they've made the decision to move to Canada, their application's in process, it's being approved. They then have to look at the relocation side of things. And so the main thing, of course, is how do they transfer their funds to Canada? So I'm going to go through a few questions with you, but I mean, that really is the main question is, first of all, if I'm moving to Canada, what do I do if I want to transfer my funds? Obviously, these are people from the UK, Ireland, but from all over the world.
Yeah, and that's something we can absolutely do. We help people all over the world transfer their money to Canada or wherever they're moving to. And we've been operating since 2004, so we kind of know what we're doing now. Mm-hmm. But we work as an alternative to someone who would typically transfer their money through their bank. And I think, there's still that old-fashioned scenario out there that when you got to transfer money to a new country because you're relocating, you go to your bank or you call your bank. Yeah. But there are options available, and they're really good options, and they're safe and they're secure. And I think the important thing to know is there are differences in exchange rates that the banks offer, and that's something different that we do. We always suggest people ring their bank or go into your bank, find out how much it's going to cost you to transfer your money to your new country, but also get an idea of what the rates are. Right. And that is really important to make sure you're kind of keeping an eye on those rates.
Yeah, and so how would somebody know, like, when is the best time, to transfer their money or to exchange their money?
I think education and information is the key to getting the timing right to transfer money. There's no good time of the year or season to do it. What actually affects exchange rates is world activities. Okay. Things like COVID obviously has an effect on, all the major currencies all over the world. We've seen this over the last couple of years when a country is doing really well with COVID and they're doing great with their vaccine rollout and their cases are coming down, that strengthens the currency, which means it's actually not a great time to buy that currency. Right. Because you want to buy that currency when it's weak. So it's keeping an eye on what's happening in the world and what is pushing exchange rates in the right direction for you, because you certainly want to try and time it so that you get it at a good time, because there's nothing worse than exchanging your money thinking it's probably a good time, or you've left it till the last minute and you have to do it. But if you give yourself a lot of time, then you can watch exchange rates or get a currency specialist like us to actually watch them for you.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Yeah. Obviously that's what you guys do every day, so you keep an eye on that. And I mean, you send out like weekly notifications or weekly updates, I think, as well, don't you, on each of the currencies? Now, if somebody does want to exchange their money to Canada, do they have to have a Canadian bank account set up already?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's quite difficult to get a bank account set up in your new country. So when we're talking about Canada, yeah, it is obviously something that you will need to look at doing. We can hold funds for you if you haven't got your bank account open and you're working through the process. We do actually work with some of the major banks anyway, and we can point you in the right direction to get your bank account open ahead of your move if you want to do that. And then once your bank account's open, you can transfer very easily through Halo from your UK bank account or your Irish bank account or wherever you're coming from in the world to your new Canadian bank account.
Okay, and perfect. So that can be done in advance, and then you can basically hold the money, and then once the person's here and has opened their account, then it can be transferred over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
It could all be done in advance of their move if they want to. Okay. And it does make sense to do it so you're all ready and all set up when you actually arrive in Canada.
For sure.
Good to go. Yeah.
Perfect. And so, I mean, obviously, like you said at the beginning, people are used to banks. So what would be the benefit to somebody using yourselves, Halo Financial, rather than, let's say, just going to their, bank down the road and doing, foreign exchange there?
Yeah. As I mentioned, the rates are probably the first thing I should mention. The rates,
Oh,
we're usually around 3 or 4% better exchange rates than the
wow.
banks
Okay.
offer. So that, when you're talking,
That's huge when you're talking
yeah,
about moving over all of your savings.
yeah, your life
Okay.
savings, you've sold a
Yeah.
property, whatever, that
Mhm.
difference can mean the difference of thousands for you as
Yes.
clients. So the other thing is we don't charge a fee, where the bank will actually charge you a fee depending on the bank, what they charge, but they will charge a fee to do the transfer for you, whereas we don't do that either. But I think it's important, as I mentioned before, it's all about education and information, and you need to make sure that you are up to date with what exchange rates are doing. And that, by that I don't mean that you sit in front of screens all day and watch exchange rates going up and down. I mean, that's what we do for you. Our currency consultants watch screens all day. I can't think of anything more boring, but anyway. They do that, and they're so experienced, and they've got a lot of expertise around when is a good time to do it. So they'll give you a little bit of guidance on when the timing's right. They'll give you some education around what the currency pair has been doing over the last week, month, year, so that you know when the timing is right and you can take advantage of those rates when they
Fantastic.
peak in your favor.
Fantastic.
So
Well, I mean, to me, that all makes sense, like why go with a bank when obviously they can come to you, don't pay a fee, get a better exchange rate, and also have you guys on their side watching the rates to see when would be the best time to move ahead. So
yeah, absolutely. And the
makes
other
sense
thing
to
is
me.
we're people, we're humans. We're not an app or an online
Yeah.
platform on the phone. You can call us, you can email us. We can talk you through the process if
Yeah.
you're nervous about it or you've not done it before. And look, we've helped thousands and thousands of clients all over the world do it.
And that's a
So
huge benefit too, because people
yeah,
are nervous. Absolutely.
yeah,
It's a big move, and, to move all your money, it's a big thing. So you want to make sure you go with somebody who, has your best interest at heart. So that's
yeah,
great. That's great.
absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you have any parting remarks for us or closing remarks?
I guess it's planning is so important when you're moving to the other side of the world or to a new country. And I think you kind of think, oh, I'm not moving yet, I'm not going to worry about transferring my money or even talking to someone, but don't leave it till the last minute. You can talk to us, some of our clients are talking to us a year before they leave.
Wow. Okay.
So the more time we've got to work with you, the better chance you've got of getting a really good exchange rate. So plan as best you can, and don't leave it all to the last minute.
Very good advice. Thanks so much for the interview. What we'll do, everybody, is we're going to be posting Geraldine's details. Okay, so just there'll be a slide coming up in a moment. So all of Geraldine's, her direct email will be there. All of Halo's information will be there. So please go ahead and contact Geraldine directly, and she'll be more than happy to help you out with your planned currency exchange for your future move. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Geraldine. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.